Welcome, everyone, to the launch of the Angels and Energy Telesummit Tour, a passport to healing your body, financial flow, and relationships. And we all know that it's lovingly dedicated to Archangel Raphael, the master healer in God's position to help us all heal. I'm Lori Raymond, founder of Women as Visionaries, and also the creative strategist with Virtual Visionary Events, along with my wonderful co-creator and friend, Cecily MacArthur, a dream life coach and certified life mastery consultant. And on behalf of both of us, we are just thrilled that you decided to join us from around the world for these divine conversations that are meant to open your hearts and inspire action for our third Telesummit. Can you believe that, Cecily? We're into number 3. I know, wow. And we're just so tickled because the numbers are off the charts. And so we are just really so thrilled. A couple of housekeeping. We won't do this every day, but briefly, know that we'll work to keep the interview to an hour. But the angels are in charge. There will be a time for questions at the end. And for folks who can't be with us, the interview replay will be immediately available for 24 hours on the daily webcast link. And if you need that link, check your email because it's there in several places. And then last, of course, you are invited that you can purchase the VIA Very Important Angel Upgrade package from our awesome tour guides. Again, it's a joy to be here. As the founder of Women as Visionaries, our goal is to empower women through global events like this one, education, and Vision Quest travel to places like Bali and Costa Rica. I am a writer and speaker, and my passion has been to coach and mentor women for over 2.5 decades to help them live what I call juicy, authentic lives with no regrets. And it's just, it is my passion. So why the heck did we put this Telesummit together, and what are the intentions? Always important, as we know from our Law of Attraction Telesummit that we did host. Cecily and I are passionate about bringing people together from across the globe to connect with this really special and needed angelic guidance, specifically dedicated to Archangel Raphael for the next 11 days. And many of you know that we honored Archangel Michael when we did our first Telesummit back in May. And it made sense to us this time to add the aspect of energy medicine experts for this virtual offering because Cecily and I we're focused. There's so much out there right now. We wanted to make sure that you walk away with specific tools, strategies, and mindsets that will move you towards your healing and awakening to spirit. Sound good? We certainly hope so. And so, please meet my very special co-host, Cecily.
Well, hello and welcome. This is very exciting for day one. So let me just introduce myself really quickly for those of you who are new to our telesummits and haven't heard us introduce ourselves over and over again or not familiar with me. My name is Cecily MacArthur, as Laura said, and I am a world-class dream life coach and a certified life mastery consultant with Mary Morrissey on Life Solutions. If you're familiar with her work. I am also the founder and president of Light Beam International. It's my own company, very exciting, and I've experienced a transformational teacher and author. I've published one book, working on another, and I'm so passionate about working with individuals, organizations, and communities. The whole concept is bringing their dreams from in their minds and thoughts to in living their dreams in the reality. So it's what I do with people, and I'm very excited. My website is coachcecily.com, and I'm going to give it back to Lori to introduce our amazing guest.
Yes, well, we are just excited because we've been on his radio show, but today launching this amazing Angels and Energy Telesummit is Max Ryan. He comes to us from New York City, and he is a spiritual trifecta. He is the diversity that you bring to this and the experience that you bring to this sharing, Max, is so rich. He is a spiritual teacher, an intuitive life coach, and, of course, a speaker. He's worked with and studied with amazing people, names you know, Louise Hay, Deepak Chopra, Marianne Williams, to mention a few. He is a medium, and he also is a certified teacher for the Quest for Mastery energy work. as channeled by Archangel Michael. Again, he's a triple trifecta of spiritual gifts. So everybody get on your spiritual tennis shoes, because Max's guided tour is called Healing Through Love with Archangel Raphael, and he's going to be answering some questions like, why don't angels give us anything that we don't already possess? Who exactly is Archangel Raphael? And what's love got to do with this kind of healing? So Max, welcome, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Lori and Cecily. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm just really thrilled and humbled to be here and to be here with the audience, and I'm just blessed to be here today.
Wow.
All right.
And so, Cecily, it's over to you for interview.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you, Lori.
Yes, great intro, and we're launched day one, and we have such a great chance to do that. And one of the reasons we wanted to start with Max was because he's going to sort of help us think a little bit more of the basics. We have people on the line on the webcast from around the world, and there'll be people listening to the replay from all over also. So we're not saying people come with different backgrounds, and some people are like, angels, I'm not sure about angels, but they're curious. So what I thought we would do, Max, is we'll just sort of start with some basic stuff and help people to frame this a little bit. And tell us about, what do angels in the angelic realm, how do they help us? Who are they? Why is it cool to be talking about them?
Well, it is cool to be talking about them, Cecily, of course, and it's very interesting that you say it's cool. And first of all, to be talking to them, acknowledging angelic energies is one of the ways that we can get close to them, first of all. And this is what I always say to people when they're like, I don't know what angels are, I don't have any connection with them. I always say that, for me and for my, years and years and years of experience with dimensional work and energy work, is that angels are at a different dimensional frequency, just very similar to how someone that has crossed over, that has passed away from this life, is still around. They're just on a different frequency. So that frequency, if we were to think about this, and sometimes I hesitate of giving this analogy, but it makes sense. If we are to think in a kind of hierarchy kind of a situation with a traditional kind of God is at the top of the ladder, we're at the bottom, and then everywhere the rungs in between are different dimensions of reality. Okay? So if we were to look at it like that, maybe about 20 rungs up are people that have passed over. And then above that are maybe ascended masters. And then right near the top, right near the very, very top where the divine is, where the source, if you want to say God, that is where the angelic energies sort of sit. But they can come up and down the ladder very, very quickly. And what opens the ladder up is us saying, oh, I need help. Because their only job is to help, to love, and to support us. That's it. That is our only job, to help, love, and support us. They never were a human being. They were created by the divine in this incredibly perfect curriculum of the world, so that as we experience life down here, we always have this kind of bridge or connection to the divine, which is the angelic realm. And what I always say is we can look at it like that as far as a ladder going away from us, but really to go high, we have to put the ladder inside of us. So to go high, we have to go deep. It's almost the higher the vibration, the deeper we have to go within ourselves to call. And that's where the angelic energies live. And they can come up and down the ladder at any time, but they're always accessible to us if we decide to talk and open up and invite that energy into our everyday existence. Does that make sense, Cecily?
That's beautiful, Max. I love the analogy of a ladder. I mean, you can see that very visually, and really, that was very helpful to think about it in terms of vibrations and frequencies. And my favorite part is the go high, go deep. Because it's important for people to realize that it is from within them and raising their own vibration that they are able to connect and communicate with the angelic realm and being able to make that connection and ask for the help that they need. So beautiful, very nice. Thank you. And a great way to explain it to people. So let's focus in on Archangel Raphael here also, because as Lori introduced, we definitely felt as to address healing. Archangel Raphael is a top dog in that area, and definitely wanted to bring that concept in because a lot of people work with him in healing, and he is an incredible angel to recognize and to work with individually. So tell us more about what you know and how you use Archangel Raphael in your work.
Well, Archangel Raphael, I will tell you, and I think I sort of referred to this before, is that, I always tell people through my own experience and also through what I have learned from books and studying, from years and years of studying, factual data from the Kabbalah, from the Bible, from a lot of different sources. But I also always, just to let everyone know, I always reflected back on my own experience. So, Archangel Raphael is really the divine physician. Now, just to give a little bit of a background, if people are new to angels, is that, the archangels specifically will have different areas of our life experience that they are sort of the experts in. It's sort of like, there are doctors on the planet and there's architects on the planet, two different kinds of people. And in the angelic realm, there are different kinds of energies that help us with different things. So, really, Raphael is the healer. And he's sort of the angelic energy that helps us to come back to pure beingness. And I always say that in that we always have this idea that something, this is where, and I will say this to everyone to predicate a lot of the stuff that I will say, is that I am a student of A Course in Miracles. So I refer a lot to A Course in Miracles, and The Course in Miracles teaches very much what the angels, I believe, are always teaching us, is that there's nothing wrong with you. Your ego is telling you something's wrong with you. Your ego is saying, oh, you have cancer. Oh, you have a problem in your relationship. Oh, you have this. That's what your ego is saying. But Raphael will come to say, no, you have to remove that block to remember you're whole, perfect, and exactly the way that God sees you. Exactly the way that God sees you. And his energy can be used, calling on him and his energy can be used in anything in our life. It can be physical. It can be relational, our relationships. It can be for a career. It can be for, internal kinds of places that we are stuck as far as our mental healing. It can be a lot of different things. And when we allow that energy in and say, Archangel Raphael, and I don't know if we're going to go over this, Cecily, but, how to invoke angels is a whole other thing. But calling them. We'll get to it. Calling him on some level to remind you that he will take away the blocks to your perfection, to your health, to all of those things. And that's how, in a nutshell, who he really is. Does that make sense?
That does. I love that. And I love it in taking away the blocks to your perfect self, because that is so important for us to realize the healing capacity that we do have with the help of the angels. And we don't even understand how powerful we are to be able to heal ourselves. So that's a really beautiful way of putting it, and a fabulous way to use Archangel Raphael. And when you're working with him and you're doing healing yourself, tell us a little bit more about how that works. And when you talk about invoking him, what what do you do to bring him in to help you with your clients and with yourself?
Mm. Well, there's many different ways, but I'll tell you there's a couple of very basic ways. I think it's great to start off the Telesummit this way, and I'm going to tell two different ways that I think are very, very simple and very easy to invoke all angels and archangels, first of all. The first way is to open up and state their name 3 times. So you would say, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Raphael. Please be here to help me see the perfection of my body, say. Please be here to help me to heal a point of view about a person that I want to let go of. Please, so you can say it 3 times. That's a very basic invocation. Yes. Good. I think that's awesome. And how does it feel in your spirit to do it?
I feel like I'm handing my problem over to them, but I'm not sure if I'm receiving.
That's fine. We don't always have to receive. We don't always have to receive. Our main thing is, first of all, petitioning or asking or invoking is, I'd say, 70% of it. You're probably receiving, and the angels and the divine are setting things up so well for you, you don't even see that it's happening, actually. But there's another technique you can use, where you can write the letter down and write all of your, every problem you've got and say, Michael, I need help with this and this and this and this and this. And then you can also try to put your pen in your non-dominant hand. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
So then you put your pen in the left hand and you sit and you wait and see if the answer comes through your left hand. This is sort of advanced. So sometimes, and once you start, it's hard at the beginning, but this is a way of the angels coming through you and giving you answers. And once you start to do it, and you sort of start to prime that, it starts to come out easier and easier. You might not be able to read it all the time, but you will start to get guidance. It'll say, oh yeah, you're supposed to go down the street and that guy that you met and da-da-da-da-da, he's the one that's going to give you the job. And it will start to sort of pour through. So try it. It's a great exercise, and try doing that, because what you're doing already is like 3/4 of the job. You can just actually start to receive the answer through the pen too. Okay?
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Angel blessings to you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Robin. All right. We have a lot of people wanting to ask questions, and we got a lot of them on the webcast, so we're not going to be able to get to everybody, but I do want to do a few more. So, all right. This is 3181. Hello. You're unmuted, and what's your name and what's your question for Matt?
Hi. Hello. Hi. My name is Patrice, and my question is, since April 1st, every first of the month, terrible things have been happening. And it's always on the first. And then we spend the rest of the month trying to, the whole family, it impacts the whole family, and we're trying to, fix it all up. And I just don't understand what that could mean. Why always the first?
Well, new beginnings. It's
terrible news. I mean, it's really off. Like July 1st, I had to go to my husband's wake. We had to move, and my daughter's house got robbed. It's just one first, and they get worse after that. I mean, it's like it's terrible things. But we spend the rest of the month getting fixed, but then the first comes.
Well, first of all, one of the things in the number one, okay, is that the number one, if you know, the number one is very much about new beginnings and starting things. So the beginning of the month, there's a reason why there is a beginning of the month, because it is setting us up for everything. It's like the raw time. It's the raw time. So you've got to now, I feel that what's going on, I mean, this is just completely intuitive, what the angels and my guide is telling me right now, is that, such a huge shift is happening within this. Is it a trifecta? Is it you and two other? Is it you have two kids?
Yes, I have two children now, so
it's
the three of us.
Yes, this trifecta. Thank you very much. This trifecta of the three of you is like it's completely changing. And that is actually a very good thing. And it's going to be hard. But what you need to do right now is, first of all, the idea that every time the first comes, the bad is going to happen, you have got to stop saying that.
Okay.
What you have to start saying is you've got to say, here comes the first, lots of good changes. Lots of changes coming, because your whole trifecta is going to be going through a lot of changes. But you can actually, with calling in, you know who's really good for this? You should work with Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel. And he helps you to manifest very good things, and he helps you to keep your feet on the ground. So I would say call on him and say, oh, here comes the first. Lots of good changes coming.
Okay, thank you. It
Patrice?
was a little scary, but thank you so much. That would help me a little bit. Let's hope.
Read and call on Uriel. He's going to help you a lot.
Okay, thank you so much.
Have a great day, Patrice.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, Max, we could go all night here, but I want to definitely get a few people from the webcast.
You know I love talking to people.
I know, I do too, but I want to, there's a lot of international people calling and on the webcast, so I want to make sure that we have Megan from Southampton, UK, and I think that's a very interesting question. She said, how do you correctly form questions and requests directed to angels? And then she was asking about a waiting time for prayers to come to life. So can you talk a little bit more about, how to talk to angels?
Well, it's I'm going to come back to something that, the divine, the source, God, whatever you want to call it, and the angels, they know your request before it comes out of your mouth. It's already done. It's almost just for us to be able to say it out loud so it can come to consciousness. Because if you're going to say a prayer about it, or if you're going to say it already, then it's already done energetically. It's already out there. So, but that being said, saying I find very powerful, the number 3 is always a powerful thing. So invoking or calling on the angels in 3s is always good. And there's no wrong way really to do it. But you can say, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Raphael, I am here, and I am here to be healed and whole, and remember that I am the source, and that I am, as Jesus said, I am a God, but I do not know it yet. Please remind me of that. Whatever it is. So you can say it that way. Prayer and invoking angels are a little bit two different things, but I won't get there are ego-based prayers and there are divinely inspired prayers. And those are completely different. A divinely inspired prayer is affirming that everything is actually perfect, I just don't know it yet, which is what I use most of the time. An ego-based prayer is always asking for something that you don't have, and if you have it, then you're going to be complete. That is where I would say, just be aware. Are you asking for something, or are you confirming that actually I just don't see I'm complete already? I hope that helps, Megan.
I like that. I think that makes sense, and to know that they already know, so it's not even worried about how to phrase it or saying it wrong. I think we get worried about, again, being perfect on these things.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to be. We can be ourselves.
All right, one other question, and then we do need to do other things to do. So I do hate this because there's so much that people wanted to ask you. But I love this question. It came from Calgary and from Jan, and she wants to know what signs can you ask for to check if it's actually Raphael that she's in contact with. So I think you've talked a little bit about this, but you want to remind people what are they looking for to know, and how would they know it's Raphael?
Well, first of all, on some level, our ego wants to say, oh, then it's Raphael, I got it's Michael, I got it's Uriel. That's fine, but what you're really looking for is healing. It's we'll just say Michael. I say Michael. What you're looking for with him is strength and courage and power. When you have a sense of strength or courage or power, it's him behind it somehow. When you have any form of healing, of your perception, of physical, of anything, then you know that that's him. If it is literally a healing, if it's something that, if you cut your finger and you pray and say, Archangel Raphael, help me, and that finger heals quicker than it usually does or something like that, he had his hand in it. He always has his hand in it anyway. But that asking. So I'd say you just have to be keenly aware of when the healing is. And if there is a healing, then he's there. Then he's there.
Okay. And to not really worry. As long as it's positive and that it's something is happening that is good, and it doesn't really matter one way or another in terms of identifying him or knowing in your mind that it's definitely him, but just watching for the evidence. I love that. What actually happened. Watch the evidence.
Yeah, and you're feeling about it. You're feeling about it. Like I said at the very beginning, the angels are only here to help and guide and love. If whatever the situation is, you have more of a feeling of feeling more guided, more loved, or more helped in some way, know that the angels are on the case, and it's okay.
I love it. They're on the case. That's great.
Yes.
All right, and I do apologize to the many people who put their hands up and or wrote some wonderful questions. We could have kept going all night, but we did make a promise to try to stay to the hour at least a little bit, and we're already over, and we have some more things to do. So I'm going to get it back to Lori, and you're going to talk a little bit more about what Max has to offer and what's going on with our promotion.
Right.
Great.
Well,
hey,
Max, yeah, wow. I am feeling whole, healed, and holy. Oh, my. Yes. I got my hand on my heart, and I'm like, whoo, I am, yeah. So you've inspired and opened my heart, and I was busy taking notes since I filled 3 pages. So even though I get to listen to this for free, I took notes. And so, Max, tell everybody how they can connect with you and what you want to invite our human angels to know or to do. I want to make sure people can. Yeah, our human angels.
I love it. Okay, well, I have actually 2 different websites, and my main website is called themagicoflifecoach.com, themagicoflifecoach.com, and so under that one you can find out a lot of things. But I have a specific, because angels are such a specialized form of the work that I do, I've created one called angelshearus.com. So you can go to either one of those. And, I do private intuitive life coaching, and I also do readings for people. I have classes all the time, live classes. I have online classes. I'm actually relaunching. I have something that I created just about a year ago called Creating Heaven on Earth. And if you're new to angels, this is a really great 6-week class, and it's online, and every week the group comes together in a call similar to this, and we talk about what you've been learning. And you get audios, and you get PDFs, and you get me to teach you. So every week we have a group class, and people ask questions, and we go over 6 of the major archangels. And that's actually really great. And so that's called Creating Heaven on Earth. And you can sign up for I have an ebook that's 4 parts called The Magic of Life. I'm working on 3 books, real books right now, actually. And you get an Angels 101 recording. I do a Course in Miracles free class every Wednesday, but you have to sign up for my newsletters to get that access information, because I don't want to just put it out on Facebook, because I don't know if people are really interested in it. So every Wednesday I do, if you're interested in a Course in Miracles, that's actually a totally free class. I'm doing that. And what else? Oh, I'm also doing, I do this one class called Creating Money, Meaning, and Magic, and that's a 3 nights, and that's also on the phone, just like this, but it's all about the law of attraction and manifesting and universal principles, universal laws.
Wow, wow.
And I have a radio show.
Yes, I know. And so everybody, I want to repeat repeat those websites again. I hope you have a pen and you're writing them down to get all of this. You can see that there's just an abundance with Max, and he's so generous. Again, the triple trifecta of a spiritual leader, but that's the magicoflifecoach.com and angelshearus.com with Max. And for everybody on the call, we would invite you to please take advantage and co-create with us. Invite your friends if you were touched by this call. It's only going to get better, but Max has done a wonderful job to launch us. Become an Angel affiliate, and or if you want to have this information that Max has shared and all the rest of our 10 tour guides, if you would, on this Telesummit tour, is consider buying our VIA, our very important Angel Upgrade Package, which you can get by going to Max's site, and you get all 11 calls and about $300 worth of bonus gifts. And Max, you were so generous. You didn't just give us one bonus gift, you gave us 3. And so thank you. 2 20-minute Archangel Raphael meditations, and then somebody was speaking about journaling, actually an angel journal to track your angel communication. So if you get any sense, and all the details are on the site, you'll see.
And a discount for the Creating Heaven on Earth course if you want to take that.
Oh, how fabulous, how fabulous. And so lots of ways to co-create with the Angel Telesummit and also Max Ryan. And now, Max, I'm going to take a breath.
Okay.
Invite everybody to do that. And in that breath, would like to ask on behalf of Cecily and myself for you to close out our special time together.
Sure. All right, so as we close our eyes and take a big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth, dear Mother, Father, God, divine source, universe, all that is, we come together today with open hearts, open minds, and open spirits. We are so thankful for everything that has been blessed upon us today. We are so grateful to everyone that is listening to this call live or in a recording, or it does not matter. And as we all took this time to focus on healing and took this time to just consider that there may be another way to heal, that there may be another path through the angelic realm, through Archangel Raphael. As we have considered that, know in your heart that it is done. And in the future, maybe after this call or tomorrow, that we consciously invite Raphael into our heart, into our life. And we surround everyone with love, light, and healing so that they can have more joy, more peace, and more passion in their lives. Thank you very much, and so it is. Amen.
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 And so, Max, on behalf of Cecily and myself, we want to express heartful and heartfelt thanks for just an amazing, really content-rich of sharing. I mean, you gave us really what we promised, which were the tools, strategies, and mindsets to really help people move into their healing. So thank you again for being such a special part in launching this Angels and Energy Telesummit Tour, Max. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you, and thanks everyone for taking the time to listen to us. And
right.
Just know you can always call on the angels whenever you want.
Yep. And we also just can't forget, we want to thank Archangel Raphael and your guides and all the other folks, that divine ones and human angels who joined us to be with us today, to be a part of this very special experience. So goodbye to all, and angel blessings.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye now. Take care. Bye-bye.